Hi. Let's do it. Sorry for the late start, everybody. We are down. Our stream producer today, Case, is on a much-deserved vacation. So, Harlan's driving the bus tonight, and we'll figure it out as we go along. But welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is episode 29 of Arc 2 of Better Than Heroes. I'm Rachel Weeks, and I play Klik, the level 8 Tohr-Kreen fighter.
I'm Andrew Ovredahl, and I play Flute, a.K.A. the Windrider, a human bard.
Please don't.
I'm Jordan Dahl, and I play the Moonboy, a level 8 birthday boy.
Oh, happy birthday, buddy. I'm Aaron Urist, and I play K.A.I Hammerstein, the Artificer.
And that's Harlan Kelly. He is... They're driving.
Nice.
You thought you hit the Aaron Urist soundboard.
Yeah, man.
You're doing great.
You're doing just fine.
Wait. Harlan is muted.
Oh,
That's what they say in the stream.
Harlan was just talking about how they're doing a wonderful job.
This rocks. Yeah, hell yeah. Let's go. All right, I'm back. I'm going. We're all good.
Yes.
In addition to all of the chaos, including my cat Scully, we have a very special guest with us today. Comedian, author, and very cool friend Dan Sheehan is here.
Woo!
Everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This is so fun.
Dan, the first thing we do is, can I embarrass you because I'm wearing my favorite shirt of your merch.
Incredible!
And
It's happening.
Wearing the band
love
shirt
it.
to the concert.
It also it also features the word heroes, which makes me feel like it is the crossover that predetermined, or yes, that was
always
yes,
always
you got it.
meant to be.
Thematically resonant.
Exactly.
All right. In just a few moments, we are
This
going...
cat. Oh my
Her
god.
butt is right on
It's
you.
on my face. In just a few moments, we're going to
That's
play...
a power move in cat
So-
language.
Mm-hmm.
It's
She was nowhere to be seen
constant.
in the 30-minute
She's-
pre-show.
All
she's
at all.
day,
big timing ya.
It's like this.
She loves the
Lay
camera.
down, would you? Okay, we're gonna attempt to play some 5e Spelljammer inspired Dungeons and Dragons tonight. But first, put some moons in chat for Jordan. It's his birthday.
Moons in chat.
Thank
Moons
you
in
guys.
chat.
This is true.
Happy
Celebrating.
birthday.
Lasers.
Ooh,
birthday
birthday
lasers.
Birthday lasers.
Wow.
I'll save them and jar them and make birthday pickles for next year.
Pickled lasers.
That's where they
Ooh,
come
that's
from.
spicy.
Oh my
Listen.
god, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Can we
Lasers.
pixelate that?
Okay.
Can we do something? I mean,
This
it's
is how cats celebrate birthday. With full
we're gonna get kicked off
hardcore
Twitch.
nudity.
There's standards and practices.
It's so bad. Okay.
Yeah, we get it, Scully. You have one. Goodness gracious.
Before we get started, this month's show is brought to you by Big Top Productions.
Big Top.
And today, as always, it is live soundtracked by the wonderful Jason Wardell.
Pew pew. Pew pew.
And it is often directed by Case Drury of Tiger Moon Productions. But Harlan's doing it this week.
What is
And now,
what?
for last week's recap.
Last time on Better Than Heroes, the crew of the Dinger stood for the first time in the presence of their ship's magnificent, sentient crystal helm, who was called Dinghom-Nidris. They marveled and asked them many questions, which the helm answered eagerly. Dinghom-Nidris had been forged into a helm from the essence of a cosmic entity known as a contemplator. He and the Dinger had indeed been stolen from another crystal sphere. He was eager to move beyond the confines of the Dinger, and also had a powerful interest in having hands. Just after Whipper, the Pirate Cove's penguin steward, was in an uproar, she revealed that the cove was locked in an infernal contract with a devil who dwelled beneath the town, which forced them to commit piracy in order to offer devilish tributes. Since the crew had slain the cove's captain, a new one had to be named before midnight, or the devil would send a representative to start stealing children as punishment. The crew was determined to break the contract and free the town, but Whipper was unconvinced. She knew only one person who had visited the Hellmouth beneath the town and returned. The crew asked her to fetch this person so they might prepare for the struggle to come. Afterwards, the crew spoke with Talon, admitting to her that her suspicions regarding the nature of the Dinger's helm were true, despite her desire to take Dinghomnidris and use him to fight for the life of the universe. The crew would not allow it. Talon accepted their judgment eventually, but said that she would have to leave the party to continue her quests elsewhere. Also, Flute was in the bathroom the whole time. So, now we have to go to something called a Hellmouth to save a town run by a penguin. Am I dreaming? Is the dream actually about sex? Find out right now on Better Than Heroes!
Oh, I wish that was Harlan's campaign.
Muted.
I got it. We're back. It takes me a second.
I have
It's 'cause-
nothing good to say.
Okay. It's good. It gives me a moment to recover after Andrew was talking about cheese for a wild amount of time. Okay. So, crew. You find yourself here on the deck of this ship. Immediately post having this conversation with Whipper, the penguin, who has gone off to find you this representative, and you're out on your ship on the deck of your golden caravel-esque, like big sailed ship that is docked here at these three docks that poke out in the middle of this pirate cove that leads to a larger city. Large town, and it's you have not gone back into the city since the fight, since you have defeated the leaders, since you defeated the crew that was going to do work for this town, and so you're here aboard the ship with your captain Goliathan, the dwarf, the bosun of the ship Goat, a large Goliath woman. You see that Relic is up, the small halfling gunner on the ship is up at the front there, and Cobble, the navigator kobold, is up at the top there. And I'd like to know what you all do here, if you want to do anything kind of like as Flute wanders up from the bathroom. You have a tiny moment before...
Oh, I'm still in there.
Before Whipper has said that she would return with the person who has been to the Hellmouth before. But you do have a moment amongst each other if you would like to do anything before that.
Would you say that I've been in the bathroom for an hour?
You can fully decide, Andrew, if Flute did anything else in and around there, but I would say that the conversation with Dinghomnidris the Helm probably took about 20 minutes. So we're under an hour here, about like 30 max. No short rest in the bathroom.
Oh, dang it.
No.
Come on. I was in there relaxing. I dozed off sitting there. All right, fine.
We're not making it canonical for this campaign.
Worthless.
Yeah, Harlan has something terrible plan for us. Then I will emerge from the bathroom and like,
Oh, that portal toilet's acting up again.
You clogged it.
I clearly have got my sleeve caught in it because my sleeve is like wet and like all like tapered to a point.
It's like all stretched out.
Yeah.
Gross.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay, we met the Helm.
Yeah, we talked to Dingham for a while.
Moonboy's
I would say
horrified.
Flute
He's
can at
never
least have
seen you
that.
look so uncool.
Come on, we're here on the ship. I can look however I want, right? I guess.
And Andrew, we can say that Flute definitely knows that, like, it was in the room for the Dingham Nietzsche's conversation, so you can have that information that you would know from that.
It would also be funny to not have it and no one tells.
Oh,
Like I
in
just
part-
leave, we find the helmet, I'm like,
I actually have to pee pretty bad. I know this is something we've all been waiting for quite a while, but I do have to pee.
This is like episode 1. Tie-ups, man.
this is the most on board I've been with a retcon
yeah, we'll
so
say
far.
I got caught up. That's cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, impart all of this knowledge to Windrider, I think, in this moment. I think we tell them everything.
Cool.
Great.
Great. Well, you hear very quickly after that, as you kind of like catch your breath from this moment, and you quickly hear Whipper's squawks here as she is coming back. She's like, I know. I don't know what to tell you. They want to do it, and I told them that you probably would be willing to talk to them about it, but wouldn't necessarily be happy about it. And you see her crest like coming back on the ship, walking up the dock here with our guest today's character, Dan, your character. So you are walking up with this penguin onto this big golden ship, and if you want to peek at your the Roll20 page here, I'm gonna throw the art for your character up on screen, and you can
Look.
absolutely kind of in tandem with that let them know what they see here. But you will get to see it yourself in this tiny moment, which is happening right now. So please check out this amazing art
My God.
done by
Incredible.
So good.
Jordan Dahl
Love it.
himself, right there.
I love this. This
great.
is exactly how I'd imagined him. He's so powerful. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So, this character walks up up onto the deck with this penguin folk that you all know as Whipper, and she's like, yes. If you would, Gregory, would you like to introduce yourself to? They don't have a name for themselves. I keep asking them, and they haven't done it. So,
We're
but
working on it.
Well, greetings, group name to be determined. I am Gregory Punch. That's my name, and that's what I've decided upon. I don't know. I wish I had something to call all of you collectively, but I'd settle for individual introductions.
Whipper goes very quickly. She's like, Klik, Flute, K.A.I, Moonboy, and then like goes down and names the crew as well. And you're actually, it's pretty impressive that she just immediately is just able to throw these names out there.
Yeah, good with names.
That's very nice. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Not a lot of last names flying around here. That's fine. We'll get there. Well, as I said, my name is Gregory Punch, and I hear you're looking to talk about hell.
That's true. Sorry, your last name is Punch. Is that like a family name, or did you like
The
is
drink?
that like your job, or
It's a
Is it
bit
like
of a
a
vocational
verb?
choice.
Sure.
It's a verb. It's a noun. That's why I love a good punch. It's whatever you want it to be. Years ago, I guess this relates a little bit to why we're here. I chose a life for myself, a little bit off the beaten path, to protect the fair people of this town from those that may humiliate, denigrate, steal from, or harm them. And I have dedicated my life to that cause. I think most would say fairly successfully. It's come at some cost, as you see. I've seen a lot in my day, but I've seen nothing I can't conquer. And so I greet all problems with a hearty punch and a hup ho and other such sounds.
I like it.
I just want to compliment your mustache. It's fantastic.
Thank you. Lots of work goes into it.
Looks like it's a muscle in and of
Tuesday.
itself.
Tuesday's arms and mustache.
It's how I tend to my own focus. If you can't keep your mustache up, how could you be expected to keep incredible upper body strength up as well? So
Sure,
I see it all as
relationships.
part of the relationships as well. I am single, but that is unrelated.
Are there other types
I
of
spend a lot of
relationships?
time. Yes, that's true.
Sort of
That gives me a lot to think about. Why was that my reaction?
Married to the punch, as it were.
Like many.
It's a cool term for a boxer.
Yes. I almost said married
Punch.
to the fist, but I decided against it.
A boxer. It's called a fist husband.
No, he's not. No, he is
Yes.
not.
He's a fist husband.
That's not true.
I'm trying
So
not to
you-
get tied down at the moment.
Yes. Same.
So is it true that you've been to the Hellmouth?
Yes, I came here a long time ago after experiencing something of a personal loss myself, and I found myself in a desperate state, and awaking in and out of consciousness, I found myself at the gates of hell itself, and from hell came something awful, which is why I'm here to tell you, you mustn't go there.
I told you. That's what I said it before. That
I get it. They had to hear it from me, or else it's just like, oh, my friend said don't go to hell.
Right,
I am
yeah.
the friend, and I'm saying hell is quite bad.
I
well-
think we're going to go there.
Do we have to go there to negotiate, or can someone from there come here to negotiate?
Oh, that's a good question. I suppose if I didn't have to go down there. The thing is, we've just, we have
How'd
sort
you
of a
negotiate
problem
this
with
last time, Whipper?
people being bullied, and we've decided that these people aren't to be bullied anymore. So it's time to renegotiate with the demons, as it were, devils, I suppose.
I've learned a thing or two of hell, and I have no love for bullies in my heart. I've dedicated my life to giving them all a rock, sock, and bop. But I have found that when you begin to make deals with that lies beyond the portal, you'll quickly find that it never goes the way you think it does. When I got my chance, I gave that demon the old heave-ho. I said, get away from here.
Yes. Gave him one of the old Billy Jack raps.
And they
Exactly.
did not respond favorably to that.
And unfortunately, no. It didn't. The town, as you can see, is still in a bit of a state. But I don't believe anything's unfixable. So I'd say if we all put our heads together, I would just expect negotiations with hell itself to be a difficult thing.
That's the spirit. I mean, none of our negotiations have gone well so far. So
They often
we
end
know
in-
where to
Yeah,
go,
they
but
tend to end in a fight.
Yeah.
yes,
Maybe
at
we
one
should
time.
You
Take
you
a
said
rest
you've been,
before we.
You
Sorry.
said you've been defending the town against hell, but it's still trapped in this deal with the devil. How are you defending the town?
Well, also, we conquered the town, and
Well,
I mean,
this is the
forgive
first
me,
time
but
we're
this is
meeting.
the first time we're
Wow.
meeting, so...
Well, listen,
Wow.
no, we're not.
There's
we're not
only
from
so
hell,
much
though.
one folk hero can get up to, you know? I'm
No,
but a
you're
man
right.
with two fists. And
I'm glad you weren't there, because you're such a lovely person with such a fantastic, and if we had met earlier, it might have not been under such pleasant
Well,
circumstances.
he said though he's a folk hero. He was, he goes where the fist goes.
I try to help in what small ways that I can. I don't claim to be able to move the universe or anything like that. I'm sure my task of eradicating the world of all bad will never be fully complete, but I do exactly what I can when I can, and I'm quite proud of that. But you are correct. Unfortunately, this town is still in quite the pickle, and I've found myself every day asking, how can I help more than just punching everything?
No, don't ever for a second think that you shouldn't be punching. Just because you can't be fisting all over town at once doesn't mean...
Not a great verb.
Doesn't mean...
All right, let's leave it as a noun.
I think we've bothered
I
Gregory
thought that
enough.
was good. It's a pep. I like him. I like his moxie.
Oh, no, we don't like him. I think we're in agreement.
He certainly has moxie.
Please, I bring my friend to meet you. I go and get what is clearly a gem of this city, who I have obviously can protect himself, but I keep protected from the evils of the captain's woes and these infernal deals, and you tease him? I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah, you guys.
There's nothing wrong with a little jib-jabbery among future friends, but I won't lie if I didn't say I didn't take a little bit of it personally. I've worked very hard to be a hero, so I would appreciate even just a baseline. I punch a lot. I do a lot of punching for my job.
Would you like to be better?
Every day, I think I
better than a hero.
I think I would.
It's such awkward phrasing.
I think I would like to be better than a hero.
Yes. I think you would.
What kind of what does that even mean? Better than a hero? What is...
Saying sometimes
That's
heroes...
stupid.
It sounds ridiculous.
Sometimes heroes walk up to the edge of the cliff, and they say a hero would never jump into the cliff of the pit of evil deeds. But someone who's better will do whatever it takes
I've got
to
goosebumps.
save a little town.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Whipper looks at you and he's like, I feel like you're working something out here, and I'm, the town that I love and have, both of us have sworn our lives to protect is slowly being eaten from the inside out if we do not name a captain. So, do you all have a plan to enter the Hellmouth, or do we need to figure out some sort of name a captain plan? I know you had a few trickery things when naming a captain, but
Did you ever locate a copy of the infernal contract?
No, she says, kind of like downtrodden. It is.
All right. Well, that narrows down our options even further, so that's good. That's good. In fact, it's good. It's a good thing.
In my experience with demons and devils and whatnot, they hardly ever keep great files. Such a thing would be very hard to get your hands on. There's not an office to put in a request with.
Sure.
So I think my penguin pal here is trying their best to,
do you see why everyone
I'm
likes
sure that we're
Gregory?
all- I just try to.
Well, those are the only two options available to us. Go in, or name a captain. Could we lure them out?
Is there some sort of representative that you go
not
through
naming
with?
a captain, they would have to come out. Then how would you steal a child without coming out?
That's true. We could wait for them to come out and then kaplow.
Yeah, we'd steal their kid.
I don't think
I
the
don't want to
head
steal
demon
anyone's
is on child stealing patrol.
No, this is a great idea. We wait for the head demon to come out on child stealing patrol. We steal his kid and we raise him good.
This is a very long-term plan. You
I
have,
don't
Moonboy.
know, Klik.
There's a lot of
I'm
investment.
working it out on stage.
Dan, we're gonna have to ask you to come back for a lot of episodes.
And it's all about raising a demon baby the right way.
If we
I'm returning for the
Better
demon
than
boy's
parents.
6th birthday.
Gregory Punch.
Yes.
If we were to go in to the Hellmouth and just lay down a legendary beatdown in there, do you think that would consist as a plan? If we were to go in guns blazing, take them out, do you think we'd come out?
The demon that dwells down there is more powerful than anything you or I have ever seen, I would suppose, but I wouldn't be Gregory Punched if I didn't think that everything could be punched. So I do.
Oh my god!
I do believe that the creature beyond the Hellmouth can be destroyed, that it can be defeated. The ramifications of such defeat, I know not, but I'd be foolish to let you do it alone. I believe that perhaps maybe there's a third way. Maybe we interact with this demon and find some way to nullify this contract while it's distracted. But reaching the Hellmouth and reaching the demon itself takes a hefty cost, and so if you do want to do this, we all have to be in agreement and prepared to really give it an old what-ho, have at it.
Aren't there other ways to speak with devils and demons without traveling places?
You could try asking them about their day, am I right?
Can I do an Arcana check on that idea?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You actually, I'm gonna have to. I was gonna say it should be religion, but you absolutely can do a religion check there. Go for it.
It was a weird dice hop, but I'll take it. An 18.
All right. With an 18, you know that there are, a pretty wide number of ways. It's more about there are ways to forcibly summon beings from other planes of existence. There are ways to, open doorways that are more like the portal that you went through, where things can go in and out. And in the same way that you can pray to gods, you can kind of like try and speak to things while they are continue to remain on their plane, but you're just communicating with them.
What if we try that? What if we try to just contact this devil from here without having to go into hell?
Well, do you know how to do that? Says Whipper. I sure don't. I've never.
We know how to do. I don't know how to do that.
The only time I've summoned a demon is when, or a devil, is when it's just they have just shown up with demands or complaints or things like that. I know how to provide the sacrifices that we have to give, but that does not give me access to them. It is more of the.
What kind of sacrifices are you giving?
Mostly valuables, and we bring folks to here. Andrew, didn't you watch the last episode? Come on, man.
I did when I was in the bathhouse.
There's sort of a situation where the people who live here in the Cove of Bones, it feeds off of them somehow as they grow, right?
And the captain is forced to go and bring plunder back, and okay, cool. I thought this was maybe a different thing she was referencing.
No, but you're right. A thing you all would know together is that Whipper has spoken about how the devil has made it clear that this is kind of a home for lost souls in a way that the devil likes and appreciates the ability to kind of like corrupt those souls, but also demands in various ways, which Whipper has told you is just like if the needs are not met, like if it has a problem with not receiving enough, it shows up in town. Things show up in town, not necessarily it. But Whipper, is said that Gregory is the only one who has been into the Hellmouth and returned unscathed.
How did you escape the Hellmouth, Gregory?
Let me guess.
That's part of it.
Did you kick
Punching
your
is
way
part
out?
of it. You are correct that punching is a huge part of how I got out of there. I gave the demon the old heave-ho. I sucker punched him. I'm not proud of it. And then I sprinted out of there to go continue heroic deeds. I felt in that moment as though I had been struck by a great power from some holy place, some place beyond our plane, some place beyond our world. And I believe that I was imbued with that power to not only strike back against that demon, but to go forth and do that good unto the world. And I gave up quite a bit to get down there, and even more to get out. But I've survived, and that's why I'm not quite in a rush to go back, as I'm not sure you can sucker punch somebody twice without having them,
So you sucker punched the devil and ran away.
Yes, which is
It's absolute genius. It's transcendent. It's perfect.
Thank you. I felt pretty
Incredible.
good about it. At first, there was shame because I thought, why not punch him twice? But then I thought, pretty good. One punch on the devil, and
Absolutely.
I survived, which is also nice.
Did you happen to catch this devil's name when you were down there?
He didn't give me like a first name, last name type of deal, but he was referred to as the Magistrate.
The magistrate.
It seemed more like a title. It seemed it seemed to me like he thought quite a bit of himself as a devil.
Harlan, have any of us ever heard of a devil referred to as the Magistrate outside of this setting?
You can absolutely do a history check here, and it is very difficult.
Okay, I will do it with guidance then.
Great, give me some of that flavor. I'm sticking to it. You gotta tell us how it looks if you do it.
It does this. And the hat, once again, flashes underneath it and goes, and a little fart of magic light comes out and falls all across him. He thinks really, really, really hard and rolls a dirty 20 and adds 24.
You have not heard of the Magistrate at all.
Is a hard DC.
Yeah, the Moonboy, just from doing that thing, his nose bleeds a little. What? That's all that happens.
Yeah. I will give you, though, since you did get over 20, that it is very common, it is well known that beings, demonic beings, fiends in general, hold a lot of power to their name. And so it makes a lot of sense that it would not go by its actual name, but instead have a title. That's very common amongst any sort of legend or lore or story that you've ever heard about people interacting with devils.
I think the Moonboy kind of relates this by being like, if we don't know his true name, there's no way for us to summon him. This much I know. I think.
All right, so we have to go
And
down
I
there.
hate to ask you this, Gregory Punch, but will you bring your fisticuffs once more to the doors of hell?
I can certainly try. I can't guarantee that what you find in there will be what you want, or that the outcome will be what we desire, but I can lead you to the gates of hell.
Then we must
Could take a bit of a rest. I'm a little banged up before we jump into hell.
It's like noon, says Whipper.
Like an hour, Whipper.
Come
Sorry,
on,
we were
Whipper.
busy saving your town for you. I'm a little banged up.
Honestly, we
Whipper,
were...
can you tell anyone who's a victim of, say, a petty theft or like a small robbery or any act of small humiliation over the course of however long this takes that I do apologize for not being there to put a stop to it?
You know,
I usually would be. I'm almost unilaterally there. That's why it happens very not often anymore.
it's true.
Because
There's
I'm very good at stopping small humiliations.
Well, some girl stole the Moonboy's
Yes.
hat. You weren't there then.
there's just the
true.
youth.
True.
There's just the youth gang. There is just the small club of.
I like to give the kids a chance.
Yes, I mean we are pirates. It is
grow.
more of a training program and less of.
Also, if
If you're
your
an
MO
adult and you're
is
still a little
punching,
stinker, then it's if an adult is still stealing hats, then that's something I step in with. But if it's a little girl, then rascals are going to be rascals.
It was quite cheeky. There was an air.
I was a bit of a
Christmas.
rascal myself.
There was an air of Christmas cheer about it when she stole my hat. It did come back
except for the part where
seemingly.
you almost murdered her.
yeah, you turned into light and got very angry.
Now
but I
that's the
didn't.
big humiliation.
But I didn't murder her. And we all had a fine
Which
day.
is like Christmas, I guess. You gave her the gift of life all over again.
That's what I'm saying. To hell!
Right, just give me an hour.
I think a short rest is well overdue.
You've been in the bathroom for like 2 hours.
It turns out it's not as restful as you might think.
Before we go, you should all know that there is a cost entering this place beyond just the natural, cost taken upon by adventurers when they go on an adventure. There must be something forfeited to the entry of this foul place. And I've given most of what I have to get there once, and I rightfully have very little to offer for a return journey. When I first went to Hell, I gave it my name. It's quite
Is that why your
valuable.
name's
Gregory Punch?
now? Did you-
No, Gregory Punch is... I emerged from Hell, Gregory Punch, and I went into Hell. At this point, Gregory Punch talks, and as he speaks, his mouth kind of jumbles, and the words don't escape.
I'm sorry, what was that? Could you repeat that?
He does it again. He looks a little frustrated. Every time I think it's gonna come back.
Whipper kind of pats you on the back, and it's like, we love him.
Well, we shouldn't.
The man I was
names.
died in Hell, and the man I am escaped. So, if that tells you anything about Hell, take
Or
it to
maybe
heart.
if we break the... I don't know. That's all speculation.
Well, let's get his name back. Let's get his name back. And let's show this.
What do we
Magistrate.
have to offer Hell?
I've got pickles, and I've got a plant.
It must be something truly valued.
Windrider's got 7 names. Can we give him those?
That's a good idea.
That's right.
If you
I'll give
offer
him a
Hell
sinker.
some
if anyone
some
asks
half-liked
my name, it is the
name.
sinker.
It's got to be top shelf names. It's got to be
It's gotta be
what
something you
Grammy
really
used to
like.
call you. Yes.
A treasured memory, a sound. It's
A sound.
A sound.
A poem.
Moonboy, give him this one.
And I love that one. That's one of my favorite. I would never.
They would accept a poem?
And I think Moonboy in this moment kind of realizes something that he hasn't told the rest of you, and says, I have a name that I could give to Hell. It's a name that I don't want anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I think that'll do it.
I don't want to tell you here and now. I'll keep it for a while longer. But I have something that can get us in.
Would that get us all
If
in?
names are so powerful,
that's a
I don't
good
think
question.
we should give them any names.
Does it have to be all of our names, or we'll just one name?
I went stag to Hell, so I'm actually not sure what the entry process is, but I would assume that that each person must offer something of value to the gate.
What if we started
Just
a
give
metal
them
band and called it Stag to Hell, and then gave it that idea?
Whipper looks.
Since they've already taken plenty from this town, I don't think we should give them anything of value.
Well, that's very polite of you, she says. And she looks around and she's like, you all are more than welcome to, I feel like there in this exact moment there is no rush, so if you need to take an hour rest, please do. I'm sure that I have much explaining to the town to do. But if you are not going to enter the Hellmouth by night, please inform me so that I can warn the townsfolk about the potential for an arrival of representatives of the devil. And if she says, you also mentioned maybe trying to name something else a captain. I do have the rights, if you wish to do that, the rights of the captainhood, but just, I told you I don't know how that will work. I have not tried to do it with an inanimate object. And she gestures over to this thing that Moonboy has made that is just this, scarecrow-looking, craft project that's still on the
He
ground.
has a name. It's Captain Hodgepodge.
Oh, excuse me, I missed that. But
I just came up with it.
is that...
maybe you could do something for us while we take this break. How about you spend the next hour rounding up 5 personal treasures from people here in the cove and bring them to us? And we'll use those to pay our way into hell.
What if? I mean, it couldn't.
Can you make a persuasion check?
24.
24, all right. I'm going to make a contested roll here real quick. She does have +5 to the natural 20 that I just rolled. I'm super serious.
Wow.
Just
As
real
soon as the
rough
dice
there.
camp goes away, look what's happening.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Pretty convenient, Whipper.
Just kidding.
She looks at you and she's like, I have to keep the innocent out of this. Gregory is, he knows what he is doing with his life. I'm not worried about his meddling, but it is my duty to keep the townsfolk as uninvolved as they can be, because I have seen the wrath that can be incurred, and my duty is to allow this society, this home, to continue.
And it's mine
Thanks,
to
Whipper.
make sure that
You've done a terrific job.
if anyone's going to put themselves in harm's way, it should be us. It should be folks like me who've, dedicated their lives to protecting these people. They've built a home for themselves against all odds, and I'd hate to see it taken away just because of some bad underworld contract law. So I think perhaps we should take the risk. Afraid as I am of seeing the devil eye to eye again, I'd gladly do it twice if it meant saving the people of this town.
Whipper wipes her eye a little bit and she's like, he's the best of all of us.
You're too kind, Whipper. You work very hard.
Thank you. I'm good.
Gregory, you should be in charge of this place. Just between you and I.
Glad someone appreciates me.
I take Whipper by the shoulder. You get yourself a cold drink when you go home. You've had a day.
Thank you. I have so many children to take care of, and they all have different opinions about the restructuring of this town, so I have to go both hear them and make sure they're heard and feel appreciated, and also make sure they don't go too far.
You tell him Gregory Punch said to give you 15 minutes to put your feet up and enjoy a beverage.
They'll listen. They'll listen when I bring up you, Greg, so I love it. Thank you. And she kind of waddles away, huffing and mumbling to herself. And that was just delightful. Thank you for that, Dan.
I think.
Cool. Can I start this rest?
Yeah, absolutely. If you all want to do anything specific, let me know. You have to be doing. You just can't be doing any kind of activity that you would have to focus on, exert yourself, and you can take a short rest, which means that you can roll as many hit dice as you want to heal up here. Some of you all have abilities of things you get back after a short rest. But yes, you can take a short rest.
An old space shanty for Song of Rest, so if anybody's healing, you'll get an extra D6 to it.
Ooh. I
guess I'm the only one that needs it.
I think in this time, the Moonboy would like to speak with the moon for the first time this day.
Okay, absolutely. Wow, Jordan, I have to tell you, I did not prepare the moon scene. I miss K.A.I so much. But you can still talk to Aaron. Absolutely.
That's okay. I appear into the Moonboy in the corner of the room as we're kind of sharpening swords and cracking knuckles and doing curls with our mustaches with little weights on the end, probably. The Moonboy takes his hat off and kind of conjures over it and peers into it, and he can see within it a field of thousands upon thousands of tiny twinkling moons. And among them all, one gigantic moon, his moon, the moon. And he says, "Hello, the moon."
Hello, Moonboy.
We've got a bit of a scary path ahead of us, I'm afraid.
Oh my.
Looks like we're going to go and talk to a devil or a demon. I know there's a difference.
No way.
Totally. I guess my question for you, the moon, is there are two paths before us. descend into the Hellmouth, or we can name Captain Hodgepodge, the homunculus I've built of crackers and mud, the new captain. And I want to know which path will bring weal and which will bring woe.
Well,
should we descend into the Hellmouth?
Yeah. Okay. So do you want? I just want to make sure I don't mess up the information.
My question is, which is the better one?
It has to be weal or woe. So you can. This is the thing where
Which outcome would be more fortuitous?
I can't answer that with
woe?
I can't answer that with weal or woe though.
I believe you can, God Almighty.
Wait. How? I truly don't know. Which one?
If one will bring woe or one will bring weal.
Don't cheese the spell, Moonboy.
No, yeah, you have to ask me one.
I don't think
specific...
that's what I'm doing. I think I don't understand the spell, if anything.
So. You have to ask me an action, like the thing that you were going to do, something that is going to like a future event, and then
should we name a new captain?
The moon tells you whoa. So Aaron,
Naming a new captain would bring only woe.
Bad news, Moonboy. Don't do it, man.
All right. I'll tell the others.
I love you.
I love you too. Happy birthday, the moon.
Happy birthday, Moonboy.
He pulls his head out and says nothing.
Oh, it's the moon's birthday.
Could be.
Every day. Every night.
Every morning.
What'd the moon say?
The moon says we're on the right path. Though, I think the moon and I should probably have a talk about how our whole situation works.
Did you ask if we should give up our names?
No, it's kind of weird in there, you know, like you can get one straight answer out of the moon and then the moon kind of twists off into other thoughts and
starts drinking after the first visit.
the moon, yes, the moon, you catch the moon afternoon, expect
Takes
to
her
stay.
bra off.
Wearing a robe that's a little open.
Yes.
Yeah.
She pulls it through the neck and slingshots it onto Saturn.
I'm all rested up.
I too am rested up.
Great. Well, you all can have taken this.
Klik spends her short rest gathering spit.
From all of us?
With a dip cup.
No, it's for the special Kreen weapon. She needs more Kreen venom to make it gooder.
Hell yeah.
So every time we rest, she's just quietly salivating in the corner.
Yeah. So, Gregory,
God,
you
it's
as
kinda hard to relax. It's fine.
yeah, you as
Kind of soothing. It's like rain sounds.
Kind of.
that was the opposite of whatever ASMR is. So, yeah, Gregory, you see, as someone who is just enjoying, your day, doing the light punching that you did this morning, not needing this rest that the people who toppled the leaders of this town do need. See, just kind of hanging out on this ship here. You see, the crew going about doing their things, and you just see this large Kreen woman, this mantis lady, just like collecting spit that is coming out of her pincers. And Rachel, what do you do with it? Do you put it in a container, or do you add it to your weapon?
I think it has to be mixed with other stuff. So I don't think she can just like slap it on the side of her blade.
So there's like a bucket.
A wrestler trying to make weight in high school, just
Yeah.
spitting in a jar.
Yeah, I think there's definitely
God.
like a collecting going on. One of the jars along her, or like one of the pouches along her belt, is full of venom and spit, and she's not telling you which.
Pretty cool. I can't do that.
You can.
I've never tried, but I'm certain I
Makes
can.
Worse weapons.
Oh, I thought perhaps it was recreational.
Oh, sure.
Just recreational jar spit. But I'm glad to hear it has a purpose that is comforting to me.
Rachel, what is Klik? How is Klik responding to this other fighter on board? Like, I know that Klik is not. The character is not like jovial or like warm and fuzzy, but
She doesn't take super kindly to strangers, but you know, she likes somebody that sort of says they're protecting the town. I think she's wary of following someone else into battle here.
okay, cool. All right, cool. Well, as you all rest and kind of go and take a moment to recover after the fight, you see, if you're just on deck here, you see folks on the ramparts of this wall that you were on before kind of like poking their head over, and you see Whipper is standing, on top of the tower that you all previously teleported onto at one point to fight the Dream Eater, and she's up there like talking to a few different people. One of them being Derek, the turtle who was like help fix ships, and you can see she's like explaining things to him and kind of like pointing around, and then they're like, okay, cool, and then a few of them like look up and look over at you and wave at you, and you see Derek the turtle just kind of like give you a thumbs up, and he goes, "Good luck!" And shoots you a thumbs up.
Derek. Thank you.
Thank you, Derek.
Derek.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Greg. This turtle yells.
Hey, Derek.
Don't die down there. I don't want you to miss card night.
Oh, I won't. Although
say
I'd
no?
miss it if it meant you wouldn't take all my money again. He
Better-
is very good at cards.
Did he tell you that I beat him in
Fantastic
cards?
mechanic.
He yells over. Yeah.
Yes, he
I
just
told
was.
Cool. Well, after this just extremely pleasant exchange, we're going to go ahead and cut to break here. Take a quick 5-minute break for us to drink pee. We're going to drink pee and then come back here in just a second and get rolling toward this Hellmouth. So, see you in a second.
The hail.
Shout out to your character, Dan. Before we cut to break, we have to just talk about it. It's so good. Lovely. Your description of it was very good, but man, you just love to see it. Cool. And we'll be back here in just a second. All right. See you on the other side. And we're unmuted too. Look, I'm shaking that rust off.
Hooray.
I'm shaking that rust off.
Unmuted and ready to roll.
Hello.
Demon Dura, thanks for the raid.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. We have a special guest tonight, Dan Sheehan, who is wonderful, playing the pugilist Gregory Punch. And so here we are. In fact, you all are going to... you all are done with your rest. You're ready to go. You can see that life has turned a little bit to normal in this little pirate asteroid cove as people are down back about the docks, kind of like repairing some of the damage that was done in the fight here and there. You all can head with Gregory Punch if you'd like to the location of the Hellmouth. If you want to give him a little taste of it.
Follow this shirtless and scarred man to an undisclosed location.
I'd follow you to hell and back.
And you shall.
Yeah.
As we walk through the town, Gregory is kind of like making time with all the local people. He's very personable. Like a kid runs up and he pats a kid on the head, and it's like a very, like, he knows everybody. As this guy walks by, he's like, "Don't you get mugged again?" And it's like, that guy's always getting mugged. I lead you guys out of the town into the outskirts, into like kind of a solemn looking area. There's not much around. There's no activity from like walkers or anything like that. Like everyone is kind of elsewhere doing their own thing. This area would kind of look like decrepit and deserted if not for a statue. There's a statue just sort of sitting idly on like a little knoll. And as you get closer to it, you see that it's got these twin shapes. It has a goat and a lion. And the goat and the lion are kind of with that sculptor's trick locked in like a sort of combat with each other. And it's up to the beholder to decide who is winning. And this statue is like, it's one of those where at first you're kind of struck by how like well sculpted it is, but then it's kind of scary. Like their proportions are twisted in just the right way where it really evokes danger and unease in a very effective way. And it just sits sort of starkly in the middle of this knoll.
Striking.
If you want a little preview of what it looks like, you can check your Roll20 there. That's not...
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. There's.
We commissioned the sculpture. Oh.
Yes, we commissioned this from hell, a demon of the forge, made it from the souls of sinners and the tongues of liars.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but there's no
hard to
clear. Just from the first glance
You'd
here,
be
too,
surprised.
there's no clear entrance. There's no like doorway. It is just this statue of this kind of exactly. Beautiful, perfect description from Dan. It's like you're a DM. It's crazy. Truly. But like, so you see that feeling, but there's no entrance here.
Now comes the part that no one's excited about. The entrance to hell demands something of value from all who pass through.
I'll take out a gold coin from my satchel and pling, flip it with my thumb at the statues.
Roll a persuasion check.
He loves money.
Okay, 19.
The goat.
Oh, no, sorry, dirty 20.
The goat statue kind of like cracks and moves a bit and says, "Do not insult me." And then just like moves its head back and then like goes back to being stone.
Sorry, I'll go fetch some hay. I'll go find a bit of weeds
what
for
are you
then,
doing?
goat.
Don't antagonize it. That was terrifying Jacob Marley shit, Windrider. And your sleeve is still wet. My God. Pull yourself together.
Do you have any prestidigitation or something you could try it off?
I do.
You do?
I'll give him a little dry.
Oh, thank you.
I hold up a flattened palm, and then suddenly, like, a little whoosh of wind comes from it and just, like, whirls around your wrist and dries it.
Whoa, he just punched your shit.
Imagine if that was a fist. That's what we're dealing with here.
That was incredible.
K.A.I and Flute, can you both do perception checks real quick?
There really is a punch for everything.
Ooh, these dice are coming around on me tonight. Dirty 20.
All right, and you both notice that when this spell is cast by Gregory, there is a. I love calling you Gregory. It's like fun. It's like
Reminds me of Over the Garden Wall.
right. I want to like pat him on the back. There's this just a small glow that you can see lights up these bandages that are on his arm here. You can see that they're wrapped around his fist if you take a peek at the art. But underneath them, you see this just what looks like lettering almost shines through for a second and then goes away.
Cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, his arms are cool.
What, do you think they were just normal fists?
Those magic tattoos?
To all things a season, my friend.
Oh,
Sorry if I was rude. Just look cool.
Does anyone else
It's
want
like
to offer something to the statue?
Yeah. I think after watching all of this, the Moonboy walks up to it, and he's going to cast, let's say, a first level spell upon it.
Absolutely.
Healing word.
The spell goes off, and I would like you to roll a persuasion check. As you can see, there's this flash of moonlight. The magic like seeps into the stone here.
Persuasion. Natural one.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
to you.
Um,
On the moon, yeah.
the eyes of this goat glow red for a second. It doesn't even turn around, and it says, "You aren't even worthy of hell." And it, like you see its mouth move, and then it goes back to being stone immediately.
That's actually a pretty good compliment.
That's because I'm cool. That's because I'm cool. They don't let cool people.
He starts going off just like Windrider did. And he's like,
I'm sorry. I can see how you yell at it. It's like yelling at a chair, but still, it feels good.
I have a potion of psychic resistance, a tuning fork, a bead of horse, 2 elemental gems.
With the beat of horse.
Give it the beat of horse. No, we gotta use it.
Yeah, we need that. We have 10,000 gold pieces.
jeez.
Maybe
While we're
it's
thinking, I'm going to snap my
never
fingers.
Gonna beat
Oh, sorry.
a 19 in persuasion. Like literally has
Yeah,
to
me neither.
crit to get an above it, like to get a 19. So I don't know, like,
Dan, can you roll a history check here? And you can do so with advantage.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let me add my abilities here. I don't think I rolled very well at all. Yeah, I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah.
I don't read a lot. Not
I forgot.
my fists just tear the books in half. I can't stop myself.
Yeah, in fact, I think that like I would love to hear how you decided to give it your name, because that was effective and that did get you in there. But you, after that roll, have no idea why. And so, if you want, I would love to hear like as the party kind of like had these failures here. If you have any advice for them that is maybe not helpful, I would love to hear it.
Now, when I first went to hell, I wasn't in the best place in my life. I'd been laid low by circumstances. A man's allowed to have a past, and I went to this statue and I offered it everything I owned in the world, which at the time was not much. It was the clothes upon my back. It was my sword, which I used to use a sword. That's pretty interesting for a guy who doesn't have one anymore. I offered it everything that I owned. I set it at the statue's feet, and the statue laughed in my face, which, from a goat statue, is quite alarming. And so I said to it, I have one thing left to give, and I took the goat by the cheeks, and I whispered my name into its ear. And that was when the goat accepted my offering, as it had humiliated me enough to allow me entrance to hell. That's right, the whole story you heard, I was nude. Whole time.
I was
Nude when I punched the devil, nude when I fled,
Yes.
nude
That's
when
how
I
was
became
imagining
Gregory
it, for
Punch.
sure.
Do you have
All
to
of us
keep
are
that
born
to enter
nude. It's
hell?
not. It's normal.
All right, it's fine. It's fine.
And all of
Maybe we're
us
asking-
die nude. What?
Maybe we're asking the wrong statue. Maybe this goat drives the hard bargain. But we could ask the lion, right?
Yeah, maybe it's a good lion, bad goat situation.
That did not occur to me. Wow. Whoa.
We're
I'll walk
pretty
over to the
smart
lion
cookies.
side, the lion side, and ask like,
Hey, lion, might we gain entrance to hell?
The lion turns again in the same way that it is made of stone and just seems to only in these moments of being able to react to you kind of like comes out of it for a second, remains stone, just has this fluidity to it in this moment, and looks at you and it says, I am the prey here. And then goat freezes back.
Twist.
Bosco.
All right, we do have to deal with the goat. Goat, would you take my name as entry? My name, the Sinker? It is a worshipful name.
It seems to not react to you when you asked it this question, and you can do an insight check on that if you'd like.
or maybe I need to. Maybe I should have phrased it. Okay, an insight. That'll be a dirty 20.
It is not ignoring you. It is just does not bring
wrong protocol, right?
You have to commit to giving it the thing.
Great. Then I'll after Gregory's story, I'll almost facetiously take the goat's face in my hands, and I will whisper in its ear.
I give you my name that was said to me in worship, the Sinker.
And with that, the goat stands up. The statue of a goat stands up like a man. And a human, not like a man. The goat,
Humanoid, got it. Not anatomy.
yeah, the goat spit.
Specifically a man.
Yeah, the goat spits and
interrupts you.
Graphic.
yeah,
Yeah.
represses its emotions and is poorly socialized, and it stands up, its eyes glowing again, and reaches its hands toward the middle of its chest and pulls itself apart in a way that is almost like there's a zipper here, but it's just being pulled this way, and you can see stairs going down. It like gets unimaginably big, so you could walk down it, Flute, and it doesn't seem fleshy. It is there are solid stairs within it.
That's a change for you, Harlan.
Thank you for small miracles.
I like that you still used fleshy to describe something that isn't.
Fleshy.
Let's not get in there.
It's it's a callback to those everybody who's
It's a
been with us for a
wide
year.
category of things that are not fleshy.
Yeah.
Fleshy, not fleshy.
I'll turn to my companions and kind of gesture and be like,
Can you all see this?
Can we?
The
Oh, yeah.
stairs going down?
You all can see it, yes.
Yeah,
Oh, I see it.
That guy ate some stairs.
Holy shit.
All right, then in we go.
I'll snap my fingers and change my murderite glamour armor into something more befitting of hell exploring.
Andrew, you're gonna have to explain to us what that is in detail. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not as ridiculous as the pirate negotiations, but it's sort of a black leather vest and pants with some like black iron studded shoulder pads and a kind of like a waist. What are those things called? It's like a cloak that starts at your waist. Yeah.
Oh.
A dress? A skirt?
No, it's like, you know what I mean? Like knights would wear. It's just on the back part. It's like a cloak for your
tabard.
butt. Sure, a tabard or a butt cloak, whichever one.
Skirt of
That's our next
consumer
merch.
kilt.
Yeah. Butt cloak. is our next merch. So you
And
see.
I'll proceed. I'll start walking down the stairs.
You see
You said
Flute's.
hell exploring. I was envisioning like Dr. Livingston, like pith helmet, but like Hot Topic.
You with like a black lace veil that hangs down from the front? No, that's not it.
Just a touch of Guy Fieri flames.
So you see Flute change outfits instantaneously. Look very cool, at least.
Oh, he's cool. That was
Moonboy,
cool. He's
yeah.
cool again.
Yeah.
Wow. You're the
and-
coolest Windrider.
When he steps through, the goat kind of like leans down again and reverts back to its form. And as soon as you like crest this doorway, it like you don't feel it, Flute. Like nothing physically changes around you, but you all see it just kind of like cocoon over him almost, and the goat sits back down. And Flute, if you turn around, all you see are these dark. There's mist filling the room. There's this like red orange glow that you would imagine from fire going through smoke. And the second you crest through, you don't feel anything shift. There is nothing behind you at all.
Cool. I'll draw my rapier and wait for what I hope will be my friends following shortly.
Nope. Good night, everybody.
Well, we solved that problem.
He's got it from here, right?
I think, honestly, if anyone could handle it, the Windrider could.
Stuck in the bathroom, stuck in hell.
Also, I did not make you roll because that was so convincing for the devil to have the sinker now that you succeeded.
Oh no, the devil's the sinker now.
After
The sinker's mine now. Yeah.
after that is said, or after the Windrider goes in, looking so cool, looking so much like the Windrider of old, the Moonboy is going to step bravely up to this pedestal, and he's going to kind of look back at his friends briefly, and he places his hand upon it and he says,
I give to you the name Serial Ethic. He was I, and it was I who disappeared the moon. It is not a name I require anymore. Take him to hell.
Please roll a persuasion check. You only need above 5. As I am changing the DC depending on the depending on what you give me. So you needed pretty much with that one to not roll a 1, as this guardian seems to be evaluating like a pawn shop broker, kind of like a worth of what you give them. And that same thing, the goat stands back up, and again that mouth opens itself up, and the mouth inside of its stomach, and this doorway appears in its chest as it opens like coat-like this hallway to you. And you see Flute, but he seems far away. He seems like kind of behind a foggy wall. There's it's like he's like blurry and you can't quite see him.
the Moonboy casts a disdainful look at this goat.
I thought that was a spell.
And says,
I was like, disdainful
says-
look? That's not a spell.
Yeah, it's in
Bards
Tasha's.
have that.
Yeah.
Says, should have held out for the catchphrase. It's worth way more. Wango flango. Write it down.
and walks up.
The goat, as it's folding back over you, says, "Next time."
Can I, I'm gonna reach out and try and probe the goat just telekinetically, and see if there's a mind there. Probe the goat.
Probe that goat.
Just to see if there's an actual consciousness there.
Absolutely. You can do a wisdom check or an intelligence check. You get different information from either one.
We're gonna do intelligence. We're gonna eject the cat. 16.
16. All right. It seems to be a magically created thing. It is not a living entity. It is,
Tracks.
I was curious.
Yeah. So you kind of push the that telekinetic energy, and it feels like doing it into a rock wall. But you do kind of get that. You felt it not be able to pierce magical objects before, kind of not get in there in the same way you could just telekinetically think through a wall, basically, feel the other side of it. But so there's absolutely magic there. This is a magical item. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Klik will walk up to the goat. She's like, I don't have much to offer. I carry a few things with me. My name truly is not even my name to give you. But what I can give you is my last memories on my home, in my home. My last few hours on my home planet. They're not particularly good memories, but I had hoped to return one day. Now I don't know if they'll have me.
Rachel, what is the last scene, moment, person, image, anything that Klik remembers? As she was leaving, as she was being sent away, what is the thing that she is holding on to fondly that she remembers from this these last memories?
I think the thing that she's most fond of, the scene that I picture is her in this sort of great hall of elders. She's from Klik's from a settled Kreen society. She's a Tohr-Kreen, and it's one that's particularly dedicated to psionics. So I picture it with a big crystal and a lot of magical energy in a a throne room type of thing.
Yeah.
And it would have been her being cast out. But
yeah.
It's her last conversation with her people. It's her last moments.
Yeah.
Trying to stay.
Cool. Okay. And so I think from this, the thing that the goat, and you know that you can feel this intuitively, kind of as you offer this up, as this thing is evaluating, it's doing the magical, fiendish power of locking on to the thing that it covets and wants from you, is in the same way it quietly did that with the Sinker and Cyril Ethic. It you feel it lock onto your when you connect with other with the community that you grew up in telepathically, you are actually thinking a lot of their thoughts. You're experiencing their one-to-one thoughts here, and I know we talked about this on the side too. There is a lot of knowledge that you inherit through this telekinesis, and growing up in your community from past folks who have lived in this community. And when you were in the throne room, this kind of council of elders, it is more concentrated than it ever is, because they spend their time studying it, they spend their time connecting to it. So when you get cast out for it, you're it's when I could imagine it being comparable to when your mom uses that tone of voice where it's not yelling at you at all and you feel worse than you possibly could if someone yelled at you. But it also is ecstatic because you are connected to all of this like wider knowledge. And when that connection that you feel, whether good or bad, when you just are connected to that larger community than yourself, this goat kind of like internally locks onto that feeling. And it says, it looks at you, and I need you to roll a persuasion check.
Christ almighty. I was like, I gotta do a good one, because she's not persuasive at all. I swear to God, I just critically failed, which means I rolled a 0.
It is still going to take it.
Whoa!
But, you feel it push deeper, and, you can feel, it holds on to something there. It kind of like sees around the whole place. You feel like an eagle-eye zoom out, and it sees where it is, and it feels it close here, and then it kind of like that vision clicks away, and the goat nods and stands up again and opens the door.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, goodbye.
Great.
Click
Yeah,
will
it
descend.
took the piano lessons or something.
For sure.
I was really I had like
Favorite.
I wrote down just my own little tiny rules for this this goat statue, and there is a difference between critically in my little rules. There was a difference between critically failing and not succeeding, and so
Oh yeah.
thank you for that, Rachel. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
If somebody's gonna roll bad, it'll be me, I promise.
Yeah.
So you did something worse than failing. Not
Like
great.
Buster favorite
Not great,
spit
not great.
recipe.
Quick, can you
Loved
still
it.
jump? Try.
Fiend. Try to whistle. Do you have a shadow?
She just falls down the stairs.
These two arms don't work. The little ones don't work.
She's just a human now, and she has to sleep.
Ah!
Just spits.
That would be terrifying.
Yeah.
So
Oh no!
scary.
All the spit is
No,
gone.
it doesn't. It doesn't work that way anymore. You can't make spit weapons.
So there's only Gregory and Flute left, right?
No, I mean,
No, Flute's in there.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, Kai. That's I looked at you and said Flute. Sorry.
What do I have that the devil would want? I have some great recipes. Do you think the devil wants to know how to make crag hungus?
all sauce.
The question is more if you are okay with no longer knowing how to make that dish.
No, I need to make crag hungus. What if I have to go to a Goliath battle wedding?
Well, that sounds like, proper offering. It seems like you would be sad to lose it, and the devil would be happy to gain it in that case.
Crag hungus.
All right, I'll try it. I
Crab
reach in and
hungus?
whisper the recipe for crag hungus, the traditional Goliath battle wedding loaf.
Is it crab hungers or crag hungus?
Crag hungus. Crag
Okay.
dash H apostrophe UNGUS.
I will do my best to remember its existence, and if we kill the devil, I'll tell you about it.
Thank you.
Hey.
I get in there and whisper, I'm like, it's dryad squash stuffed with acornlings and small fishes and incubus rind with dire clove.
Nice. Dire clove.
Aaron,
Those dire cloves are huge.
this is
Incredibly large.
this is so unfair to the other players who just like really fucking threw down for like emotional things about their characters, but you can absolutely have advantage on this persuasion roll that you do here. Because you just listed off that
Absolutely,
recipe
I'm okay
like
with it.
so effortlessly.
Moonboy's now soul is bound to hell, but
You don't understand. It's really, really delicious.
Also, I love the scene of like half of your team is in a Hellmouth in like an ungettable place, and the Gregory and Kai are there like discussing recipes and like politeness at Goliath weddings. It's
They're
like
gonna love.
lowest.
Well,
so sweet.
I rolled a 1 and a 17.
There we go.
Ooh, there it is.
Ooh, that's
Woof.
advantage.
Wow, that's a lot of ones tonight, right?
It's
3
hell.
so far.
The dice are rigged. They hate us.
I have to say, unfortunately, with the 17 does not do it.
Oh wait, do I have a modifier? Hang on.
That
Probably
is
still not
important.
going to do it. I'm not good at persuasion. Persuasion?
Yep.
+2, it's a 19.
All right, that'll do it. It was for anybody else, Kai. I mean, the advantage was because of your just amazing performance of that recipe. But for anyone else, Kai, a recipe would be almost as insulting as Flute throwing the coin at the statue.
I think
but
the in-game explanation for this is that Kai does not want to give up his recipe to the devil.
Yeah.
Like, it's as upsetting to him as giving away his memories or his
yeah.
his
I mean,
name.
I think truly it's an important moment to, like, for if you're watching this and you've not watched all 400 or whatever hours of our show that we've been doing, like Kai the Construct, you are you understand other beings even though you cannot taste. You kind of like understand them through cooking, right? Like, I don't want to say your character here, but I feel like it's not just a recipe. Like, you are. Is your understanding
it's a
of the world.
complex mathematical and emotional and arcane equation. It's not, of course, it's not just a recipe.
Cool. And I think with that understanding that this goat has is like innately connects to you, and what this means to you opens up its chest for you to walk through.
As it opens, Kai looks at the goat in the eyes and goes, "Damn you."
Yes, exactly. It says, holding its belly open.
Damn you.
No, you.
And when Kai steps through, it goes back down, and Gregory, what do you do?
So I'm alone, right?
Yeah, it's just you
Me,
and the
everyone
goat.
has entered
Yeah,
hell.
If we just got punked by Gregory Punch.
God damn.
All right,
God damn.
all right,
Pulls
goodbye.
off the mask, it's Valerie Lavray.
Okay, Eliza, can you go? Just go ahead and join the
You guys,
call
thank
now?
you so much for having me.
Dan's book, everybody. Buy Dan's book. That's the end of the show.
No,
You
I
are a
will-
wolf.
I will once again. I will take the goat's hand. I will take the goat's face in my hand. I will look at it and say, "It's time to finish it. You know it's time to finish it." And I will unwrap my right hand, and I will unwrap my left, and I will hold up two fists etched to the forearm with horrid demonic runes.
Oh!
What?
Demon Puncher!
And I will wrap them back up very tightly. The one that I used for prestidigitation earlier, I will take extra care to tie even tighter. And I'll say, "Let's finish it then."
Okay, I think I want you to roll me.
shit.
I think I want you to roll me a persuasion check.
That's a 16 plus. Oh wait, I have proficiency in that because of one of my puncher's abilities. So I get.
Persuasive punching.
Yeah, it's a 20.
There's a punch
It's a
for
22.
Let my fists do the
total.
talking is the name of the ability.
I roll a 22.
Oh yeah. That goat opens its belly up, and as it's pulling itself up, the lion goes, "Good luck, Gregory."
Thank you. But there's no luck where I'm going.
The goat goes, "Oh, I know. Exactly." And as you step through, it kind of like wraps itself back around you here. Hell yeah, Dan, that fucking rocked. Everybody, all of you. Good. This is the stuff where I'm like, I'm gonna do this one for me. And that was fun as fuck, so thank you for doing that. Okay. So yeah, you find yourself in this. It looks like Jason Wardell's music sounds right now. where there is just this stairway going down into nothing. It doesn't make sense. There's nothing behind you. It's just like a solid stone wall. It smells sulfury. You can feel that like burn in your nostril, and it's dim vision. Like you can see all around you. You can't see farther than 10 feet because there is so much smoke in the air. But it's lit up. If you're like, as each of you kind of like step in here, all of a sudden there's another one of your friends behind you, and it doesn't like Flute. You probably didn't even move forward, but there's just like a little more stair behind you, and a little more stair behind you, and a little more stair behind you as your friends are kind of like in a line in this like 5 foot wide hallway, and there's just like this bright glow that you can clearly see down. There's only one direction to go here.
I will kind of rally up with everyone and like sort of walk past them and be like, "All right, gang, let's do it. Let's kill the devil."
Wait,
What,
Gregory, one thing we should have
yeah.
asked before we came in here. How do we leave?
Whoops. Sorry.
Well, unclear. But I've gotten out of here before, so twice can't be too hard. You know, all we got to do is surprise the devil a second time.
What did you give the devil to get in this time?
Unfinished business, I'd say, would be a simple way of putting it. The devil's interested in seeing the man who made a fool of him.
Sure.
I don't want to be rude, Gregory, but in the event we get separated, perhaps permanently, is it a
Decapitated.
location we run to, or a ritual? How do we leave?
I've never died down here, so I can't tell you what happens if you lose your way, but just as a quick signpost, back up the stairs worked last time, so...
It's true. Last time, an exit was created for you walking back the way you came in. Yeah.
All right.
I walked right out of hell, and it wasn't,
Like a bat.
like a bat. Like a bat walks.
Just
Like a
walking.
bat, I strutted on 2 legs out of hell.
A perfect metaphor.
Beautiful.
Moonboy
I don't read a
said-
lot of books, so this really bowled me over.
Walt fucking Whitman over here.
Moonboy is going to place a hand on Windrider's shoulder and say,
Don't worry, Windrider. We're not locked in here with them. They're locked in here with us. And you've never looked cooler.
Oh, this. Thank you.
And I'll kind of grab Moonboy's shoulder and nod and give him bardic inspiration.
and I will give Windrider guidance.
Spell trades.
The Windriders, ride again.
Aw.
I got rid of the hat, I'm
right.
sorry. I think I left it on
We
the
have to
ship.
get you some of this magic armor too, and then we can
I'll
manage
work
again.
on it. Hell yeah.
You all are very cute. This is a very cute moment that is happening here. So you all are all in this like hell hallway, and you see them both just like chatting each other up, like gassing each other up.
Psyching each
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's adorable.
Hell yeah.
Well, cool. As you will,
But Klik is right. We are in hell. Let's not forget
let's-
that.
We got this.
yeah.
All right, let's go.
So if you all are heading down
Dark?
the,
I assume it's dark.
I mean, you all can
Orange
see.
glow.
Yeah, there's an orange glow. You can see about 10 feet in front of you. But there's one way to go if you are heading down these stairs here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Highway to somewhere.
Highway to somewhere. That's what this dungeon's called. Who knew?
It's the episode title for sure.
Highway to somewhere. I don't know. I was pretty stoked on. I don't know. There was a lot of things tonight where I was like, "Ooh, that's
we'll
it.
talk about it.
That's it." And we don't have to talk about it right now. So
What
if
sort of what? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. You
Oh
should
no,
go.
you were in the midst of describing something.
Are you sure you don't want to do something first, Andrew? You can if you want to.
I was just gonna ask Gregory Punch.
So what sort of things can we expect down here?
Demons, hellfire,
Devils?
most most horrors, some general, some created from the deepest recesses of your nightmares and mind. And most importantly, the unexpected. It's
I like it.
it's never the same hell twice, as they say.
Moonboy, as soon as Gregory mentions these fears from the deepest recesses of your own memories, has a horrible flashback to that dream he had where the moon swallowed him.
Yeah.
The moon turned
I can
against
take a
him,
bite out of him.
and he shudders.
That's very creepy.
Moonboy, try not to think about that dream you had.
I
You know the
tried.
one.
What
Whatever
about
you
the
do.
What about the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Yeah, don't think about it. Hey, Windrider. Weren't you getting letters maybe from the devil? Maybe you should see if he left you one. That's like, don't
right, I
come,
did.
don't come
I-
to my secret.
I did. I left.
Headquarters.
I wrote a question on the note. Can I check that note right now?
Yes, absolutely. But I want to clarify something real quick. Kai, you said that to Moonboy, like actually in game, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. And when he said, "Don't think about that dream,"
You bastard!
Jordan, I'm gonna ask you.
Look, I'll back up the joke with my life. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it.
I'm
here for it.
willing
This
to
is
die
excellent.
for that
This
joke.
is all great. This is all great.
Jordan, I want you to roll a D4, and you just tell
so
me.
I shall.
And you just tell me if it's even or odd.
That's odd.
Okay. You all walk into this big open chamber. And if you would like to open your roll20 and peek at it, you should be able to
There's that moon.
see.
I'm gonna throw this laptop out throw it out the window.
Do we have to fight the moon?
No.
Rule?
Oh
No.
my God! The big
I
bad
would-
is the moon.
Couldn't dare. No.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and throw
What a
up this
twist.
hallway here, and Gregory, you would know that there's like this. It looks like ruins almost. It looks like a carved out, like ancient, forgotten temple. As you can see, that there was clearly stonework here at one time that is all like has been intentionally laid and kind of like fallen apart here. And as you all can see,
I can still only see the lion and the goat.
oh well,
Roll20.
good. Thank you for that.
Same.
The stream can see. You all can see this.
No worries.
Kind of like falling
Progress
apart
Dungeon.
tunnels here. Shout out to Joshua Smith, as every map of story, an amazing map maker, has made this dungeon for us. And
Yes.
you would specifically know here, Gregory Punch, because you have been through this before, that both of these hallways lead to the same spot, but you've only been through one of them. And when you walked through it, you had no problem at all getting to the next space. And you walked through the left one. And just to kind of like, I'm jumping through a bunch of things that happen at one time, so absolutely kind of like shout out if you're like, I want to do this as we step into this room. As you all are also stepping in this room, Windrider, you're checking your pockets for notes, which you have previously found notes in your pocket that are in your own handwriting, but are also messages to you. And so you have taken away every writing utensil that you've had and given them to Kai, and you have not found anything written on the notes so far. And go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Sorry, I'm
Guidance.
rolling into this silly. Guidance for me. It won't matter based on
Party
this
dart.
Yeah, Kai,
urine.
I like this as like,
I'm just like helping him. I'm like fussing over him while he looks through his pocket. It's
I
literally-
had guidance. I had guidance from Moonboy already stuck to my butt.
Oh, that's
anyway.
right.
I got a 7.
Oof,
Yeah, it was very bad.
rough stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can't find the piece of paper that you have had tucked in your pocket.
Did someone take that note off me?
No, it's a haunted note. Oh, he's here. It's the devil.
I probably lost it in the fight.
No way, man. You've got haunted pockets. You've
I'm
proved
going
it.
to tell you right now that few things are where they should be down here.
I'm starting to get that feeling.
You may find that should we get to breathe the air of the surface once again, that most things will be right back where we left them. But I'd say our primary focus at the moment should be breathing that air eventually.
Right.
Moonboy takes a deep breath and begins to hiccup. Light. He's nervous.
I'll put
Last time I was here,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I took a left last time I was here, and I didn't get skewered by anything, so maybe we try that?
Sounds good to me.
Is just out of curiosity, does the Moonboy in this moment trust Gregory's judgment? Would you like to do it, and you can do it with advantage?
Yeah, I can do it with my brain thing. I think Klik definitely doubts the guidance of
Great.
of Gregory. Scully.
Yes.
Well, not great for that. Just great.
One Yeah.
We were both thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Ra-
So I think she's gonna do an insight check with the Nipathy engine.
Yes.
Some bronze pistons in the back of her head whir, and she uses her dark vision to give a good look over our guide here.
Absolutely, Rachel. You can do insight check with advantage on the co-host of your podcast with you. No
always gonna
problem.
happen.
No problem.
Savage.
Right, I had advantage. All right.
Keep your enemies
Thanks
close.
for guesting, Dan, you fucking liar.
You bring deceit.
22. Give me
You
a
dare.
This is how we treat all of our guests.
So it's.
Is that a 22?
Not
It's
wrong.
a 22 with the Omnipathy engine. So I read the psionic imprint of a target's emotions, and yeah,
Cool.
that's what it says.
So with these words of kind of wisdom and experience that Gregory is throwing out as you will walk in here, there's Kai. You can probably notice too. There's just this like slight like the engine kind of like kicking on that really no one but you would notice as Klik is kind of like just like giving him the side eye. And Dan, I would like you to roll a d20, and I want you to add. Don't tell us which one you're adding, but either add persuasion or deception, and then tell us the final number. And if the final number is higher than 22, and you are lying to them and you are deceiving them, you can tell them absolutely anything you want. And it may be true and it may not be true. And if it is lower than 22, you can also tell them, you would tell them the truth. But I want you to. I said this wrong. I'm gonna start over one more time. Ready? Because I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut this part from the YouTube video. Roll it out. Don't tell us the number that you get. No matter what, don't tell us the number you get. Add either your deception or your persuasion to it. And if, without sharing the number, if it is higher than 22, then you tell them whatever the hell you want. And if it is lower than 22, tell them the truth about leading them into this dungeon. Just like a little moment of assurance, one way or the other.
Cool. So I don't share the number under any
Don't share the number
circumstance.
under any circumstances.
No matter how much we scream,
From this
And just-
trap.
Just for
Tell
scenic sake, this
me
is
in
what
private
Rachel
chat.
reads, or am I actually speaking to them?
Yeah, no, you can do it either way. You can play this how you want to. Like, you can give Rachel a little flavor description, or you can, not.
You just feel the heavy pinpricks of two giant mantis eyes in the darkness.
I will give you. I'll start with like a little flavor description. So
Welcome
you
back.
you see like you see a lot of like determination. You see that he's determined to be here. That this is where he wants to be. You see that he's like resolute in why he's here. But you also see a lot of fear. You see that this is, even though this is where he wants to be, he's afraid of being here. He's afraid of what awaits him. And then above all, you see just an immense guilt. You see a lot of guilt piled up. Just at the pit of his stomach, there's something that makes him feel unworthy or just not good. Like something about what has brought him here makes him feel bad, and the fact that he's here again is dredging up a lot of bad feelings for him. And you're seeing that there's a lot of guilt about not just being here right now, but about his past in general, and having, been here before. Visiting hell twice isn't fun for anyone. And so here he is back in hell, and he's not thrilled about it.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, we got a raid from Paradise RPG.
Oh,
Shout out.
Our weekly friends, thanks for doing it.
Yes.
Okay, so after this check has been determined, and this is something, if we were all sitting around the table, you and I would peek behind the DM screen, and you would roll it, and then I wouldn't have to do it in this weird, awkward way. But because of this, all the players, just put your hands over your eyes real quick. Just real quick. And then Dan, if you got over 22 and you're lying, put your thumb down. And if you got under 22 and you're being honest, put your thumb up. Okay, everyone put your eyes. You can open your eyes.
Put your eyes.
Everyone, put your eyes back.
Put your eyes back on.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't cover Scully's eyes.
It's okay. She's
She's your familiar.
yeah.
Oh.
She's on my team.
What's that?
And Klik, you read this. You read this as someone on a quest to rectify themselves, to someone who made a wrong decision or a decision that they don't feel good about, and someone who is here and is jumping in with you and doing this dangerous thing because they are here to fix that thing. That's totally how all of that description is what Klik's gut tells her.
Okay.
So you're all walking down this left hallway here.
Yeah.
I think I kind of see Klik give a small nod and kind of fall in lockstep with her.
Yeah. She still brings up the rear for sure.
I think that's kind of I think Klik has kind of come to be the litmus test for whether somebody is dangerous or something is dangerous, at least for Moonboy.
Ooh, I love that. I don't think I knew that about Moonboy's character until right now, and I really like that.
Well, she seems to smell a fight quite often.
Yeah.
She comes in checking for danger first, sort of regardless.
Yes, that's the stuff.
Yeah. Well.
So is left cool? I've been sitting in silence.
What do you say, Klik? Is left
This is the
cool?
way you went. You should
Holy
retrace
shit.
your steps.
Lead the way, Punch.
So speaking as someone who checks for danger, let's have Punch and Klik do perception checks to see if you
So with
can
guidance,
spot
Klik?
anything as you're walking down this hallway here
I would like to go towards the front as well, specifically looking for traps.
Okay, yeah, you can roll an investigation check then too. Go for it.
I think I'm just kind of in the middle looking around and kind of saying just to myself, kind of surprised.
I rolled a 9, but that is from a critical fail. So
I rolled a 14.
Whoa.
25.
So K.A.I,
Klik is
you
also in the back, so that could be just part of it. I said she was bringing up the rear.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. K.A.I, you have no problem. This is not a. You're checking for pressure plates and booby
looking for,
traps.
pressure plates and tripwires and dart holes and stuff.
And you really get nothing except for this pulse to the hallway that's almost like a breath. As the stone just seems to be undulating in a way that doesn't feel like what stone does, which does not mean it's a trap. It more so means of you feel almost in another dimension. The stone does not react to you well. And with the same observation, there's no room to hide a trap. It's just rubble. You're testing and things no, this is just a decaying building of some sort that is in a liminal space, and you Yeah, so you feel kind of like safe poking and prodding and like keeping focused on those things. So it does not seem to be any traps.
It's just rubble. It's just an infernal trap house down here.
Yeah. And then what?
DJ Punch.
DJ Punch. And then and then Dan. I'm sorry, I got wrapped up in that. What did you get?
Oh, I rolled a 14.
Okay, a 14. Yeah, you are also kind of like leading the way here, and there doesn't seem to be any like. It's just like nothing but hallway in front of you, so you're doing fine with like. There's no entities around. There's no like burning fires except for this kind of like space in front of you that is still a glowing hallway. And Klik, you feel like K.A.I kind of like pat you on the back. And lean in for a hug. And I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
I feel K.A.I do that, huh?
Oh, what? Oh no.
That's pretty good. That's a 17.
Okay, cool. You manage to. This is like a jarring moment.
hug.
Yeah, exactly. Like you immediately can tell it is not K.A.I, as K.A.I would not surprise hug you really, and
Consent always.
yeah, consent always. And then the Moonboy. You see first that there is walking down this hallway. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you, and there are 6 people in your party. And you recognize one of them with what at first you think is the captain, this tiefling entity that you have just slain of the party, because he is wearing a captain's hat and kind of like, in your mind, very clearly, looks exactly like the captain. And Klik, you see this as something very different, because you are not Moonboy, and you do not. You have more of a sense of what is a human being and what is something made to look like a human being, and you recognize it as the stuffed entity that Moonboy made on the ship. That is like walking right next to you all.
Captain Hodgepodge!
Yeah, Moonboy, you say that like immediately, like, once you have this moment here. It looks exactly like Captain Hodgepodge here. Yeah, and he is standing right next to you.
He sees it as the pirate captain, and I see it as Captain Hodgepodge, which it actually is?
It is actually Captain Hodgepodge. Moonboy has this moment where I was trying to make a long, drawn-out joke that Moonboy sees it like this because he made it, and so he thinks, yes, exactly, this is a perfect imitation of Captain Hodgepodge. Of the captain, but it is Captain Hodgepodge.
He screams for a second because he thinks it is the captain. He's like, it's you, Captain Hodgepodge. You look just like. It's a spitting image, really. A sculptor would break his tools trying to change this visage. Look, it's Captain Hodgepodge. Why are you here?
And it looks at you and goes, hug, and it leans toward you.
Oh no!
Yeah. Klik definitely puts up a small protective field and pushes Moonboy away from Captain Hodgepodge. Don't touch that.
Yeah, okay. I will do just that. I think he moves away. I think as this gets closer, he realizes that this is no magic. He's done. This is no magic. You know, they never performed any ritual, and he kind of steps behind Klik and conjures a flame, a white moon flame in his hand, and he goes, Captain Hodgepodge, don't do anything stupid now.
And it looks at you and goes, hug! And if you want to look at your Roll20 here, I'm going to throw on screen exactly what you see. Oh, no, it did not work.
Don't.
Absolutely not.
Does he seem aggressive?
Oh no.
How dare you use Captain Hodgepodge for evil?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The beard that's drooped around his empty neck.
Oh God.
My God.
Did you ever see? Or did you ever read the scary stories
you ever
to tell
see?
in the bark? The scary stories to tell in the dark about the scarecrow who gets on the roof. Anyway,
No.
very scary. His name is
Creepy.
Harold.
Is this a Will Potterf?
It sure
I already
is.
know the answer.
Yeah.
Yike.
Oh boy.
Oh, I can't get it to
I
move
do
on the
too,
screen. Hold on. But it's very good. Case, I miss you. Please come back
Look,
so I can
do
do my
not
spooky
like-
reveals. Please and thank you.
I guess I would like to take. I mean, Moonboy's on his guard here, but I suppose this is his boy, and I think he would want to believe, or at least see if he trusts a hug. He's considering it, and I think using all of his acumen to do so, he's going to use this. He's going to use this. I still have bardic inspiration from Andrew, I believe.
Okay.
And I would like to make an insight check to see if Captain Hodgepodge is aggressive, is okay to hug.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're more than welcome to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Get real close.
Yeah, no problem.
His mouth opens, revealing strong teeth.
More stairs?
Will
Gregory.
Potterf drew it. It's not friendly.
Yeah, great.
Exactly. That is the perfect decision-making rubric.
Go
And
ahead, Harlan.
If Gregory Punch, if you would like to do one as well, because you have the kind of like advantage here of not knowing Captain Hodgepodge and not seeing this and
Yeah.
just being like, I have no idea what the hell this thing is and it's trying to
My
hug us. And
instinct
this,
would it would be to punch.
Okay, cool. So,
Hell yeah.
but the party, it is definitely a confusing moment too. It's like an uncertain reaction here because the party is like naming this thing that is walking down this hallway immediately. So, if you would like to do a insight check as well, you're more than welcome to.
Moonboy.
Can I do an insight check on what Moonboy is thinking about doing?
No,
The
I'm thinking
the
I'm not
Moonboy-
yet. Not yet. Let's see if
My insight hit was 14.
Great.
mine was 22.
Great. You look very uncertain at this little moon boy, this little glowing white moon gnome, Gregory Punch, and you're like, well, he's naming it, so I'm just gonna give him a second as you're holding the fist there. And Moon Boy, you see it reach down to kind of like hug you, and you look at it, and this is. You just have a flash of that evil moon in your eye, the flash of like, this is something that is a corrupted version of a thing that I love. And it's like reaching down to hug you, and it just goes hug, and you
I
can
blast
see,
him.
yeah, you can see flame in its eyes, and we'll pick this up next week in initiative.
Oh no!
Absolutely.
Captain Hodgepodge, my God, that's terrifying.
It's so good. And by good, I mean unspeakably bad.
Intriguing. What an app.
I'm gonna throw this up on screen one more time. Shout out to Will Potterf, who has
Amazing.
just. I've gotten to talking with him, and so he's just a go-to for when I want to surprise Jordan Dahl with.
good.
When I
You
don't want to
both-
let him have the like. This is what is
You
here.
both got me,
so.
but good. If you go back and clip the moment when I realize it's Captain Hodgepodge, it is a sound that I don't often make, but it's the real me. This is incredible. Also,
Yikes.
shout out.
Birthday surprise.
Right? My horrible
Yeah,
boy.
happy birthday! It's Captain
got you.
Hodgepodge.
Just what you didn't want.
He looks like the mascot for Farmer Boys Burgers, which is
God,
very
I thought you were
scary.
gonna say farmers only.
Yeah, he does look like
I mean,
that
that's-
kinda.
Those nights get long.
Yeah,
on the
wasn't
ranch.
Captain Hodgepodge in Whiplash?
Also, shout out to Dan Sheehan
Dude,
for that.
Dan.
Oh, thank you.
Seriously,
demonic
dude.
tattoo
Oh, yeah.
reveal. I didn't
So
even know
cool.
about that. Now I'm definitely drawing a version with those
Hell yeah.
for sure.
Sick.
Gregory Punch unleashed.
Oh my
Gregory
god,
punched up.
Dan,
There you go.
Keep them coming, y'all.
Dan, yeah, truly, thank you. You are DM's dream. You're
I'm
such
so
a...
glad we get
Thank
to
you for playing
play
with
with
us.
you again.
Yeah.
Dan will be back next week to
Yeah.
fight our way out of this hellscape. Hopefully, I don't know. We could all die here.
I mean, we're in it now.
We're in the midst of it. We have some sponsors to thank, and then we'll do some plugs. Thank you so much to Big Top Productions for making all of this stuff possible. The art for the terrifying scarecrow, and to make sure that we have Jason Wardell, who gets to live soundtrack hell this week and next. What a cool thing as a musician, and who makes us paying Case, who runs our stream, makes it as smooth as possible as well.
Yeah, you don't want me doing this every
Space
week,
hell.
everybody. You don't. It's just you don't.
Helljammer. Whoa.
Hellmouth, my God. You know.
Yes, Urist, you've done it.
Oh boy.
I feel like we're getting further away from it here.
Yeah, this is
Somebody
campaign
said-
2. This is campaign 2.
Somebody said Hellway earlier. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Hellway's good.
It's a hallway. More like Hellway.
Stairway to...
Yeah.
Dan, where can our chat find you? Obviously, next week on Better Than Heroes.
Yeah,
but
I will be here next week. You can find me on Twitter at It's Dan Sheehan. The big thing is I just put a book out. I just published a book. It's a comedy about a wolf pretending to be a man, and he still has to go to work because everybody's got to pay rent. It's a comedy about how having jobs sucks ass. And so if you hate working or you like deli meat or wolves, it's the book for you. You can get it wherever books are sold, IndieBound, Amazon, Barnes & Noble. It's out there wherever you can find it. So yeah, it is. It's I think like $13, so it's very affordable.
Oh yeah.
It's great. It's so fun.
Dan's
Definitely
Twitter
pick
is
up a copy for you or a friend.
the Twitter that is your wolf Twitter is my favorite Twitter on the internet, and I did not
Thank you
know.
so much.
I did not know that you were the person who ran this Twitter, but I knew you for a long time as Rachel's co-host on this podcast, and I had a very funny moment of being like, "Wait, it's what? What? Yeah. So
It was
thank
incredible.
you so much for
Pulled
coming on
up,
the show.
pulled up their
It's not
shirt,
a
and there
wolf?
was a full back
Yeah,
piece.
he's not a wolf?
Oh yeah, the
What?
account is called Not a Wolf. If anyone's not familiar, it is out there.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and again, Dan's coming back next week, so come hang out with us. Go buy his book. And that's
And
it.
tell your friends about Better Than Heroes. And
Tell
happy
'em.
birthday, one and all.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jordan.
Oh, I just
Happy birthday,
Happy
Jordan.
birthday, Aaron. Happy birthday, Andrew.
Oh, thank you.
I also just remembered I had to end it. I was
Happy birthday,
like,
Jason.
oh, where's Case?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. See you next
Thanks
week,
for
y'all.
hanging out with us, chat. See you
Good night,
next week.
everybody. We love you.
Bye.
Stargazer, Moonboy, Klik, the Crusher, K.A.I, Humbly Chef, and the Windrider, Flute, Whimteaser. They're better than heroes.